Final reflection. So my feelings before the interactions were just that I was nervous because it was an unknown experience, a whole new experience. During both interactions, I was very interested about learning about Amal's culture. She's from South Africa, which is some place I've never met anybody from there before, so this was definitely a whole new culture I was learning about. It was interesting to learn about her experiences with school, which is what we focused on mainly for our first interaction, and there were a lot of small differences and also a lot of similarities. For example, one of the small differences was that she was worried about her grades and she had to take several different tests just to get into high school, and stuff like that. Whereas I was preoccupied with prom and more superficial things, parts of high school, knowing that I would be able to go to college, even if it was just community college at first. And then after, I was really glad that I did. I was really happy. I really feel like I gained a lot of new insight about different cultures throughout the world because of it. I felt a lot differently after about the South African culture as a whole, because it's just, like I said, it was something I had ever heard of before. I just kind of automatically assumed that it was similar to the other countries of Africa, but it wasn't necessarily. I thought that it was a lot more advanced than the other parts, and while it still wasn't as advanced as I thought it was, like technologically wise and education wise, because I guess they don't have like the guarantee. It's not as easy for them to go to college and things like that as it is here. Even if it's just community college, it's pretty affordable. I felt differently about the culture as a whole after. Their high school was much more lax than ours, because they had much shorter hours than us, a much longer lunch, and they definitely did not celebrate St. Patrick's Day or did not party regularly like we do here, doing drinking parties during the day. And so that just made me realize how much of an importance that the youth and just the culture as a whole of America puts on drinking. That was very different to them. It wasn't a huge part of their culture. There was the drinking, like it is here. And I think that made me realize that it's silly, like how much we put an emphasis on this for our youth and just our culture, because I think a lot of it has to do with the drinking age and everything, but it's another conversation. As a result of these interactions as a student, I want to go out of my way to make international students feel more welcome. While Amal explained that she never felt left out or alone and was able to make American friends very easily, this is not the case with necessarily all international students, especially those that have stigmas around them or stereotypes when they're from different countries. So I want to be more cultured and understand more different cultures after this, because this opened my eyes to just one culture and their differences and similarities, but really I want to just be able to be cultured and, see all the different cultures, which is pretty difficult to do, but that's what I would like to do. And I learned that I am more ethnocentric than I really thought when I want to be more ethno-relative in what I think. And this will influence my teaching because I will definitely try to be open-minded when teaching students from all different cultures and backgrounds. I now understand that we all have different ideas, beliefs, and values surrounding learning, and that the background which the child comes from or the students come from needs to be catered to in order to cultivate a healthy, positive learning environment for all. And this is something that, as a teacher, that I need to be really focused on and really just take initiative to understand this so that I can be a better teacher, and so that no student feels like they're being left behind or like they don't understand because of my teaching. That's all.